Okay, I wanted to give you a quick update on how the rifle's coming along, and here it is so far. And basically, what I did was I made sure everything was sanded down fairly smoothly. And here's a good sample of it, another good one right there. And then what I started doing was using the templates, this template particularly, as a guide. I went along and I started cutting out these foam pieces, these 2 mil craft foam pieces, to well, to give it that textural detail. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll come back to that here in a moment. I also, as you can see, I also cut some detail lines in here to give it, for the venting. And the thing is, except for this one right here, if you're going to do it this way, you want to cut those detail lines before you start laying on the craft foam, because that kind of threw off the angles that I had a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It's going to look fine after I put the polyurethane and the paint on there, so that's okay. I do want to point out that I did, as you can see here, I did cut off the sight assembly up here. It just wasn't working for me. I was having too much trouble working around it. So what I'm going to do is, if I decide I want to do the sight assembly, then I'm going to go ahead and go back, make something after the fact, and then just glue that on, or glue that on somehow. Probably hot glue, because I've been using just stick after stick of hot glue. So anyway, I think it's looking pretty good so far. A few spots in the details are a little rough, but again, I'm hoping those are going to clean up with the painting and some sanding. So let me talk really quick about how I approached all this. So what I did was using these templates, or actually, you know what? Let me show you these instead. These are the cutout templates right here, and what I did basically was I would cut the template out. Then for some of the pieces, like this one, I glued it to the back of a piece of the poster board. But most of the pieces I just left flimsy like this. Cut them out with the 2 mil foam using a hobby knife, and then hot glued them into place here. Now, that worked pretty good, and in fact, I'm really proud of this detail right here. All I did was use a sanding drum off the Dremel and to get that entire depression right there. Just push it straight down, pull it right back out, no problem there. But what happened was, it turns out that I did not cut this and sand this as symmetrically as I was hoping I would have. This side does not match up to this side, 1-to-1, and it's not really obvious when you're looking at it. I'm talking, an 1/8 of an inch here, 1/4 of an inch there, a 1/16 of an inch here and there. But it's more than enough to make a difference on the long run. So if you cut out, say, these parts right here, and then take a mirror image and cut them out for the other side over here, the pieces are just not going to line up. So like I said, I'm a better engineer than I am an artist. I can figure out how to do things. I just don't always execute well. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I got a little bit more work to do. Just a couple of close-ups real quick on some of the details. As you can see here, I sanded this very smooth, and then I came along and I beveled this edge all the way around to about right there. Okay. Another thing I'm going to do is these recessed pieces, these recessed areas in here. I'm not going to add anything to that. I'm not slapping stuff on there randomly, but I certainly do have I certainly want to look a little bit more visually and texturally interesting. So there's that. Now the other thing I did was I was at the hardware store the other morning, and I found an actually smaller piece of PVC tubing. This is actually 1/2 inch PVC. The other piece was 1/4 inch, or excuse me, 3/4 inch. And then I found these couplers, and they look pretty good, I think. So this is actually going to be my barrel. And what I'll do is I'll just cut off, however much I need of this to make the barrel. And I think the size fits the gun a lot better. And then I got these pieces right here, and these are just coupler pieces, and I got to scrape the label off of them, or finish scraping the label off of them, but they just slide right over the end just like that, so they give it kind of muzzle look. Actually, I think it'll slide on this end a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. It's going to give it kind of that look right there. And I bought 4 of these, and 2 of them I'm going to paint silver, gunmetal, and the other 2 I'm going to go ahead and paint orange, and that way I can just swap them out as need be. And I have a 1/2-inch drill bit, which is a pretty big sucker if you've never seen one, but I got a 1/2-inch drill bit. I'll just use that to make the holes that these are going to rest in. So that's how the M8's looking so far. I'm experimenting with some techniques on how to do the cutouts for the letters, and I think the plan right now is I'm going to print it off using a color printer, and then run it through a laminator. Excuse me, double sheet it. So 1 piece of paper, 2nd sheet of paper on the back side. To run it through a laminator, then cut the letters out cut this whole design out as tightly as possible, and that will let the laminated sheets come apart, and then I can just take the part of that that's been laminated and put it into position right here, and that way I'm not going to have to try to freehand anything or cut anything out that's just, in my opinion, probably won't end up looking that good. But I will put it in place on top of the paint job, so I'll hot glue that down. So, well, anyway, I guess that's it. Like you said, pretty good progress. And overall, if you have any questions, by all means, let me know. A couple spots. Oh yeah, let me point this out real quick. A couple spots right here. I used a 2nd layer of craft foam over the first. Same thing right here. These pieces right here actually wrap all the way around, these yellow pieces. This green piece is a square right here, and then these 2 pieces wrap around short. So, and again, I'm going for that that visual interest look. So with that, I guess that's it for now, and I will talk to you all later. We're just over a month to Comic-Con, and I'm really looking forward to it, although I really want this to be done as well. So the only way I'm going to get it done is by working on it. So with that, that's it. Good luck out there.